That's a whip.
All right. Oh. So, figured I'd make a video explaining what I think is more fun out on the trails. Little pit bike like I'm on, 2017 KLX 110, or a 450 trail bike like his KTM 450 XEF. Both good trail bikes. One meant for a much more skilled rider than the other. But both fun. Oh! You can't do that on this bike. So, I mean, this thing, it's like, you throw it around, you can put it, you know, it's like, you're not really gonna crash on this thing because you have just so much control over it. It's so light. You can put your feet down and save yourself if you are tipping over or something, which you can do on the 452, but it's way easier on a bike like this. It's like I trail rode for a long time before I started doing motocross, because nobody just gets on a bike and starts doing motocross. You got to trail ride first or something and get the hang of the bike for a couple months before you even think about getting on the track. But you know, I had a WR250, which is the trail bike similar to that one, and they're really good on the trails, but 450 out here, like, there's not really much of a need for the power. And it's like, I feel like you can just navigate through the trails so much easier on this thing. You can just weave in and out of whatever you want. Like, it's really just like effortless. So I mean, there's something fun about, like, I've always ridden big bikes like that, and I just got this bike, so there's something fun about being on like a little bike like this, that you can just throw around and all that. And I mean, there's still plenty of power for the trails, so it's not like I'm really missing the power of a 250 or a 450. Just a fun little bike that you can just ride and have no worries whatsoever. Maybe not as much of like an adrenaline rush as like the 450 gives you. And of course, if you're talking about on the track, who would take this over a 450? But I'm talking about on the trails. So all you guys that only ride track are gonna be like, you're an idiot putting these two together. Freaking know nothing about bikes, trash, all this. I'm like, chill out. Do you see where I am? I'm on the trails. I'm talking about the trails, bro. Just calm down. But I don't know. Like, it's just, there's no clutch you have to deal with. I mean, trail riding, I guess, if you're like more competitive or want to be like super fast out on single track and stuff like that, obviously get a race bike like that. But just like kind of just cruising around the trails like I do, like, I'd say this is a really good bike. Ethan himself, which is the owner of that 450, is gonna actually try to find one of these bikes because he likes this one so much out here and would prefer having it than the KTM, because there's like some smaller like mountain bike trails that you can take it on, and that's just, you know, they're like tight trails that you just can't bring the KTM on. But I'm gonna ride the KTM and see what I think about that thing, just so I can know for sure which one I actually prefer, and I'll be completely 100% honest with you guys. Yeah, this thing is so fun. Oh, much different. Much different. So much heavier. Yeah. Yeah. This is gonna take a moment to get used to. Look how tiny that thing is. Oh, you're so much higher. Well, this thing tracks much straighter. You instantly know it's not affected by like the little rocks and all that are in the path. I was talking about how that pit bike feels confident out here, which it does, but this feels more confident going over, you know, bigger rocks and stuff, of course. Wow. Alright. Brakes are much grabbier. Probably because this thing has actual rotors. Man, this thing does feel nice. Really, I think it comes down to what kind of riding, what kind of trail riding you're going to be doing. Because if you got a rancher somewhere and you just got just some like nice dirt trails to ride on, like these are pretty rocky and stuff and rough, so I think this thing actually does better out here. But yeah. Yeah, it will. But I think for like for actual like trail riding is like your actually like your hobby, I think this is gonna be the better choice actually. And of course that's more of a kid's bike anyways. Yeah. Yeah.
That was raging all out.
This thing feels so different compared to that. Yeah, I mean obviously, but so I think, I mean, I only rode that thing for like 2 minutes, but in that 2 minutes, what I have to say is I think that if you're new to riding or a kid or something, obviously, get one of these things just to learn on, then get a 250, or really what I'd have out here is like a 250 two-stroke. Like a YZ 250 X. Like those things are like a ton of fun, it looks like. Over these rocks, like big rocks and stuff, it's just like it does all right. But you really got to choose your path wisely, because there's some rocks out here that could really make you crash or throw you off, or something you just don't want to hit. Lots of stuff like that. But yeah, in conclusion, just based off the type of riding you do, if you just do trails, or, you know, by your ranch or whatever you have, then I would suggest get something like this. But if you do like more, like you're trying to go fast and single track, all that, I'd say get 250 or a 450. 450 is a lot of power, but that thing is a really good bike. So yeah guys, that's my opinion.